What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Jay Renee with Prison Ride Radio. I hope that you're doing well. This afternoon, we got a brother on the name of the phone by the name of Pasha. He is an author, and he has a particular book, Double Cross, that we're going to talk about, get more in depth. We're going to talk about that book, the future, and what he hopes to accomplish. How you doing, bro? Good afternoon.
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much. I appreciate you for, choosing us to give your voice of, your artistry a little more, a little more amplification.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Love to do it.
All right, for sure. So we're going to jump right into it. Tell us a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Okay. My name is Pasha Davenport, and I was born in Mobile, Alabama. I moved up to Ohio when I was young and stayed up there a few years with my mother and my two brothers. Then I went into the Marines in 1979, and I moved to Baltimore. Prior to that, I lived in L.A. with my father and went to Crenshaw High. And, those are, my early experiences.
Okay.
The Marine Corps was a situation into itself, the racism, all the stuff that we read about, and we think it's historical, back in the day when the brothers was, going through, trying to get in the service all the way back to the Civil War and still the prejudices, those things still exist today.
Okay, yeah, you're definitely right. I'm prior service myself, and I've seen and heard a lot, so I definitely can understand there. You've been a few different places. Do you think, being these different places have helped shape the person that you are?
Absolutely. Not just, the living in those conditions. I'm sure other people identify with this too. A lot of the things that we read, the things that we think about, they stem from our own experiences, experiences that we've had in life, living, in our neighborhoods with our families, the schools that we went to, people that coached us in sports or mentors or whatever, and a lot of these things, helped form me. I like to say that I'm the reality of my experiences. And, and that's what the double cross is. The double cross is a combination of really different experiences from, a wide range of different circumstances.
Okay, so yeah, let's jump right into Double Cross. So Double Cross is a 4-part series, but let's talk about part 1. So yeah, tell us more about how that got created.
It's crazy because, when I say this, I mean some people might be able to, understand it, but it came straight from the Most High. I was asleep one night in my cell, and something woke me up and, told me to write this down. In fact, I didn't even know that I had written anything down until I got up the next morning to make Shabbat, and I saw that I had written 8 pages. And so I looked at it. I thought it was like, wow. And I showed it to a couple of my friends. They had the same reaction to it. And so I put it in my folder, the first, the 8 pages, opening scene. And then about a year later, it's like the Most High just opened up a faucet, and it just came out of me. I sat on the floor and for 29 days, and it took me 29 days to write Double Cross and Double Cross through. And I know most people write books that take a year, 5 years, whatever.
Right.
It took me 29 days to write both.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you was really at it. Okay. So tell us a little bit about Double Cross 1 without telling us the story. So give us a little bit so we'll want to go and get it.
Okay. Well, it starts with the murder of a brother that's up and coming in the business world. He's an ex-Marine, and he has his loyalty is to other ex-Marines, Black Marines that were with him in Vietnam. They call themselves Phase 2. His kids are murdered. They go to the store early morning while he's in bed, and it gets a kite for his son, him and his daughter. And the store, they're murdering 2 white supremacists. And once his scholar has failed too, once they find out that his children has been, and they love this brother Malik, they love him and his children. And once they find out that they have been murdered, they all ascend on Mobile, Alabama, and they come to find out who did it and hold us responsible for two white supremacist children.
Okay, wow. Wow, that's a heck of a story. And especially for it to come to you the way it did, it was definitely supposed to come into fruition.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
right, especially with what we see, especially with what we see going on today.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, most definitely. So what's the future? I know it's a 4-part book series. So when are when's number 2 going to drop? Or, what's the future plan?
Well, I would like for, Double Cross to, do his thing. I think because it comes from a divine source, that it is going to do its thing. And when people read the book and they look at what we're dealing with right now, going all the way back before George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and a little brother that was murdered with his hoodie on, they're going to see that, it's about time, for us to really, really take advantage of the opportunities to change. We got to do it right now, because if we let this go, it'll be another 20, 30 years for the momentum to happen again. It's like with the 60s with Martin Luther King and before, and with Malcolm X too. The momentum, that black people have for building and changing their lives that, have helped us, that we stand on right now today, where we can ride the bus, where we can drink out the water fountain, where we can go to the school. Brothers stood on that, and they took that momentum and they built on it. So what's left is the residue that we're dealing with the Trumps and the Stop Steal movements and the dudes storming the Capitol. We got to just right now just sweep all that off the table.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Definitely there. I know we're having a little bit of a connectivity problem. Let me try to move somewhere better. Maybe it'll open up for us.
Okay.
So is there any other endeavors that you're interested in? Are you going to stay in the book game, or, what's the future in that?
Well, I have a lot of things. The first thing I have to do is get out of prison. I've been here 30 years, 31 years, and I was 100% railroaded. In fact, the main witness for the prosecutor, he broke down on the stand and started crying on cross-examination. He pointed at the prosecutor, said both of their names, and he pointed at the detective's table and told them, they told me what to say. They told me what to say. So for 30 years, I haven't been able to get my trial transcripts because that is in there. A couple of years ago, probably about 18 months ago, the prosecutor in my case killed himself, committed suicide because the Justice Department was investigating him for the type of stuff that he'd done in my case. So, I have some good people right now that's trying to help me get that, done. So with that, I want to do youth academies. I want to start my own company like you have here under the Urban Life umbrella. I want to do everything, not just movies. I want to do books. I want to do the same thing that y'all doing, going back in, getting brothers and sitting down, bringing serious genre to the people and help them get that out there. Because like Kawhi said, a lot of brothers in here, get the time to really find yourself. You don't get to find yourself when you're on the street because you're so bogged down with trying to live every day. I don't see any brothers come here. They didn't know they could write. They didn't know they could rap. They didn't know they could sing.
Right.
You understand? They didn't know they could paint, and draw. They didn't know that until they got here, and they had the time to really listen to that voice within themselves, because we all got something that we bring to the table. The Most High gives us all something that we can do good, great. And we know that because Harriet Tubman and all these other people that we know and love, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson, Mike Tyson, all these dudes, they come from nothing.
Right.
You understand? But the thing that they were was already in them. Michael Jordan's coach cut him from the basketball team. How stupid was that? But he couldn't stop his destiny.
Right. Yeah, you're right there.
Yeah, so, we just have to find it. You just have to find it. And sometimes you need time to find it. So yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. So do you have any last minute gems that you want to drop on the people, or any information? How can people reach out to you?
Oh well, I'm in the Richland County Correctional Facility in Mansfield, Ohio. My number is, you can reach me at Pasha Davenport, 232-755, P.O. Box 8107, Mansfield, Ohio, 44903.
Okay, we definitely.
But I'm interested in, I'm interested in anybody that's trying to, because people always hear these cliches that it take a village, it take this, it take that. Okay, but when we really going to be a village? When we really going to do it? When you walk by and you see your sisters, struggling to feed their kids, and you out there hustling and doing your thing, and you taking $100,000 and dropping off at the strip club and buy $100,000 cars, you can at least go to the store and spend $250 on some groceries for her and the kids.
Yeah.
You understand? When you see brothers on the corner, you understand, hungry, you just walk by them, that's your family. Because every one of us is a descendant from slaves from the continent, from Akabu land. We're all descendants from Akabu land. So that's your cousin, that's your relative that you see on the street with nothing, homeless. And you got curl coats and furs, lined up in your closet. Go get one and give it to him, or give it to her.